Hello, friend. Tonight, we're going to explore the science of healing, how the body repairs itself quietly, constantly, and often without your awareness. Healing isn't something that only happens after injury or illness. It's an ongoing biological process that continues every moment of your life, maintaining tissues, restoring balance, and correcting small imperfections before you ever notice them. Even now, as you rest, countless systems inside you are working gently to keep everything functioning as it should. Healing takes many forms. Cells repair their DNA after daily wear. Proteins are rebuilt. Immune cells patrol and clean up damage. The nervous system adjusts signals to maintain stability. None of this requires effort or intention. These processes are automatic, guided by chemistry, electrical signals, and long-established biological patterns. The body does not wait for permission to heal. It simply does. Much of this work becomes more efficient during rest. When external demands decrease, energy can be redirected inward. Blood flow shifts, hormone levels change, and repair mechanisms become more active. This is why periods of calm and sleep are so closely linked to recovery. Healing is not accelerated by force, but by allowing the body to operate under the conditions it evolved to expect: quiet, stillness, and reduced stress. In this session, we'll look at healing from a scientific perspective. We'll explore how different systems of the body repair themselves, why healing takes time, and what happens beneath the surface while you rest. There's nothing you need to remember or track. You can simply listen, or let the information fade into the background as your attention softens. If these calm science sessions help you unwind or fall asleep, you're welcome to subscribe so new videos are always easy to find. And if you'd like to, you can leave a comment letting me know where you're listening from tonight. It's always nice to see how far these quiet moments travel. As we begin, you can allow your breathing to slow naturally, letting your shoulders ease and your mind relax. The processes we're talking about will continue whether you're listening closely or drifting away. I'm glad you're here. Healing is often thought of as something that begins only after injury or illness. But biologically, healing never turns off. Every moment, the body is repairing, replacing, and adjusting itself to maintain stability. Cells wear down through normal activity, exposure to light, temperature changes, and chemical reactions. To counter this constant strain, repair systems operate continuously, correcting damage before it accumulates. At the smallest scale, healing begins inside individual cells. DNA experiences tiny errors during replication and from exposure to environmental stress. Specialized enzymes patrol genetic material, identifying breaks or mismatches and repairing them before they affect cell function. Proteins, which perform most of the work inside cells, are regularly broken down and rebuilt. This cycle ensures that damaged or misfolded proteins do not interfere with essential processes. Even the membranes surrounding cells are constantly renewed, maintaining their structure and flexibility. Tissues rely on coordinated repair across many cells. Skin cells are replaced in cycles measured in weeks. The lining of the digestive system renews itself even faster, often within days. Blood cells are continuously produced in the bone marrow, replacing older cells that have completed their role. These processes occur quietly and predictably, without conscious awareness. The body does not wait for noticeable damage to begin repairing itself. It anticipates wear and responds in advance. The immune system plays a central role in ongoing healing. Immune cells do more than respond to infection. They remove dead or damaged cells, clear debris, and release signals that guide tissue maintenance. This constant surveillance helps prevent small issues from becoming larger problems. In healthy conditions, this activity remains balanced and efficient, supporting repair without creating unnecessary inflammation. Healing also depends on communication between systems. Hormones, neurotransmitters, and electrical signals coordinate when and where repair occurs. Blood flow delivers oxygen and nutrients, while removing waste products created during cellular work. The nervous system adjusts circulation, muscle tension, and organ activity to maintain internal balance. These interactions allow healing to remain steady rather than reactive. Because healing is continuous, it does not always produce noticeable sensations. Most repair happens below the threshold of perception. Pain, swelling, or fatigue typically appear only when damage exceeds the body's usual capacity to compensate. In everyday life, healing works silently, maintaining function without drawing attention to itself. This constant background repair allows the body to remain stable over time. Rather than returning to a fixed state, the body stays healthy by continuously adjusting. Healing is not a single event with a beginning and end. It is a persistent process woven into every system, sustaining the body quietly as it moves through each day and each period of rest. Sleep is one of the most important conditions for healing, not because the body becomes inactive, but because its priorities shift. When you sleep, energy that would normally support movement, attention, and decision-making is redirected toward repair and maintenance. This change allows biological systems to operate more efficiently, completing tasks that are more difficult during waking hours. During sleep, the nervous system moves toward a state dominated by the parasympathetic response, often described as the body's rest and restore mode. Heart rate slows, blood pressure decreases, and muscle tension reduces. These changes improve circulation to internal organs and tissues involved in repair. With fewer external demands, the body can focus on cellular maintenance without interruption. Hormone release during sleep also supports healing. Growth hormone, which plays a major role in tissue repair and protein synthesis, is released in higher amounts during deep sleep stages. This hormone helps rebuild muscle fibers, repair connective tissue, and support bone maintenance. Its release follows a predictable rhythm, reaching its peak when the body is most physically still. Sleep also enhances immune function. Certain immune cells become more active at night, increasing their ability to detect and remove damaged cells. Inflammatory signals that guide healing are regulated more precisely during sleep, allowing repair to occur without excessive immune activation. This balance is important, as too much inflammation can slow recovery rather than support it. The brain uses sleep as a time to restore itself as well. Waste products produced by neural activity are cleared more efficiently through a system that expands during sleep, allowing fluid to wash through brain tissue. This process supports neural recovery and maintains the health of cells involved in memory, attention, and emotional regulation. Although this work happens in the brain, it contributes to overall healing by stabilizing the systems that control the rest of the body. Metabolic processes also shift during sleep. Glucose regulation becomes more stable, and cells become more responsive to insulin. These changes help ensure that energy is available for repair rather than being diverted toward immediate demands. Over time, consistent sleep supports more efficient healing across multiple systems by maintaining this internal balance. Healing during sleep does not require awareness or effort. The body follows internal signals shaped by circadian rhythms and long-established biological patterns. Even light or fragmented sleep allows some repair to occur, though deeper and more consistent rest improves efficiency. The key factor is reduced external stimulation, which allows healing processes to proceed with fewer interruptions. By slowing the pace of activity, sleep creates an environment where healing can proceed steadily. Rather than forcing recovery, the body allows it to unfold naturally, guided by rhythms that evolved to support repair during periods of rest. Sleep becomes less about shutting down and more about quiet restoration, giving healing the time and space it needs to continue uninterrupted. Inflammation is often spoken about as something negative, but biologically, it is one of the body's primary healing tools. It is the first organized response to damage, whether that damage comes from injury, infection, or normal wear at the cellular level. Without inflammation, healing would not begin. The process creates the conditions needed for repair by increasing blood flow, delivering immune cells, and isolating affected tissue. When tissue is damaged, nearby cells release chemical signals that alert the immune system. These signals cause blood vessels to widen slightly, allowing more blood to reach the area. This increased flow brings oxygen, nutrients, and immune cells that help remove damaged material. The warmth, redness, and swelling associated with inflammation are direct results of this increased circulation and cellular activity. Rather than being signs of harm, they indicate that repair has been initiated. Inflammation also helps protect surrounding tissue. Immune cells act as both cleaners and coordinators, breaking down damaged cells while releasing signals that guide rebuilding. Some immune cells remove debris, while others regulate the pace of the response, ensuring that inflammation remains localized. This controlled reaction prevents small injuries from spreading and allows the body to focus its resources where they are most needed. There are two broad forms of inflammation: acute and chronic. Acute inflammation is short-lived and purposeful. It begins quickly, performs its role, and then resolves once repair is underway. This type of inflammation supports healing efficiently and often passes without noticeable discomfort. Chronic inflammation, by contrast, persists longer than necessary and can interfere with normal repair. The body's goal is always to resolve inflammation once its task is complete. The nervous system influences inflammatory responses as well. Signals from the brain and spinal cord can increase or decrease inflammation depending on overall conditions. When the body is under prolonged stress, inflammatory signals may remain elevated. During periods of rest and safety, these signals are more easily reduced, allowing the healing process to progress toward resolution rather than remaining stuck in the initial stage. Inflammation also plays a role in signaling what comes next. Once damaged tissue is cleared, the immune system shifts from defense to reconstruction. Growth factors are released, encouraging nearby cells to divide and specialize. Blood vessels reorganize, and structural proteins begin forming the foundation for new tissue. This transition marks the movement from cleanup to rebuilding, a necessary step in effective healing. Not all inflammation is felt consciously. Much of it occurs at a microscopic level, supporting routine maintenance throughout the body. Joints, muscles, blood vessels, and organs experience small inflammatory responses every day as part of normal upkeep. These responses typically resolve on their own, maintaining tissue integrity without producing pain or swelling. Understanding inflammation as a regulated and purposeful process helps clarify its role in healing. It is not an error or malfunction, but a controlled response designed to restore balance. When allowed to rise and fall naturally, inflammation supports repair quietly and effectively, setting the stage for the later phases of healing to unfold. Healing depends on communication. Once inflammation begins, the body relies on a network of chemical signals to coordinate what happens next. These signals allow immune cells, tissue cells, and blood vessels to work together rather than acting independently. The result is a structured process where cleanup, repair, and rebuilding occur in the correct order. One of the most important signaling tools involved in healing is a group of molecules called cytokines. Cytokines act as messengers, carrying information between cells. Some cytokines increase inflammation, helping immune cells arrive quickly at the site of damage. Others reduce inflammation once the initial response is complete. The balance between these signals determines whether healing progresses smoothly or becomes delayed. Another group of signals, known as chemokines, helps guide immune cells to precise locations. These molecules create chemical gradients that immune cells follow, allowing them to move directly toward areas that require attention. This guidance system ensures that repair resources are delivered efficiently, minimizing unnecessary activity in surrounding tissue. Growth factors play a central role once damaged material has been cleared. These signals encourage nearby cells to divide, migrate, and specialize. For example, some growth factors stimulate the formation of new blood vessels, improving oxygen and nutrient delivery. Others promote the rebuilding of connective tissue or the replacement of surface cells such as skin or lining tissue. Growth factors act locally, shaping repair in a targeted and controlled way. The immune system also includes regulatory cells that help prevent overreaction. These cells release signals that slow or stop inflammation once repair is underway. Their presence helps ensure that healing does not remain locked in an early defensive state. Without this regulation, tissue repair can become inefficient or incomplete. Balance is essential, and the immune system actively maintains it through these feedback mechanisms. Communication during healing is not limited to immune cells alone. Nerve endings within tissues release signals that influence immune behavior. Blood vessels respond by adjusting their permeability and structure, supporting the transition from inflammation to reconstruction. Hormonal signals from distant organs further shape this process, aligning local repair with the body's overall condition. Most of these signals operate below conscious awareness. They rise and fall quietly, guided by chemical concentration and timing rather than intention. When conditions are calm and stable, the signaling network functions more smoothly. Disruptions, such as prolonged stress or repeated strain, can interfere with these messages, slowing the healing process. When communication flows correctly, healing proceeds in an orderly sequence. Cleanup gives way to rebuilding. Inflammation resolves. Tissue regains structure and function. The immune system then withdraws, leaving behind restored balance rather than lingering activity. This signaling network allows healing to remain efficient, precise, and largely invisible, sustaining the body through continuous maintenance and repair. Healing also depends heavily on circulation. Blood flow delivers the materials required for repair, while removing byproducts created during cellular work. Oxygen, glucose, amino acids, and signaling molecules all travel through the bloodstream, reaching tissues that need maintenance or rebuilding. Without steady circulation, even well-coordinated healing signals cannot complete their work. When tissue is damaged, nearby blood vessels respond quickly. They widen slightly and become more permeable, allowing immune cells and nutrients to move out of the bloodstream and into the surrounding area. This process ensures that repair materials arrive precisely where they are needed. The increased flow also helps remove waste products produced as damaged cells are broken down. This exchange supports both cleanup and reconstruction. Oxygen plays a central role in tissue repair. Many healing processes rely on oxygen-dependent reactions to generate energy within cells. Fibroblasts, which help rebuild connective tissue, require oxygen to produce collagen. New blood vessel formation also depends on adequate oxygen levels. When oxygen delivery is sufficient, these processes proceed efficiently. When it is limited, healing can slow, even if other resources are available. Blood flow is regulated by both local signals and the nervous system. Locally, tissues release molecules that encourage vessels to dilate when repair is needed. Systemically, the autonomic nervous system adjusts circulation based on overall conditions. During rest, blood flow shifts away from muscles involved in movement and toward internal organs and tissues undergoing repair. This redistribution allows healing to take priority without increasing total energy demand. Capillaries, the smallest blood vessels, play a particularly important role. Their thin walls allow oxygen and nutrients to pass easily into surrounding tissue. During healing, capillary networks may expand temporarily, improving access to damaged areas. Once repair is complete, these extra vessels often recede, restoring the original structure. This adaptability allows circulation to support healing without permanent changes. Temperature also influences blood flow. Warmer tissue tends to receive more circulation, which can support repair by increasing oxygen delivery. This effect is part of the reason inflammation produces warmth. The increase is localized and temporary, helping guide resources without altering circulation throughout the body. Blood flow does more than supply materials. It also carries signals that help coordinate healing across different systems. Hormones, released elsewhere in the body, travel through the bloodstream to influence immune activity, cell division, and metabolism. This communication ensures that local repair aligns with the body's overall state, preventing conflicting responses. When circulation functions smoothly, healing remains efficient and controlled. Oxygen reaches the cells that need it. Nutrients arrive in balance. Waste products are removed steadily. The process unfolds quietly without drawing attention. Blood flow acts as the underlying support system that allows healing signals and cellular work to translate into actual repair, sustaining tissues as they recover and maintain themselves. Once damaged tissue has been cleared and supplied with nutrients, healing shifts into a rebuilding phase driven by cell division and specialization. Cells multiply to replace those that were lost or damaged, restoring structure and function in a controlled way. This process follows precise biological rules that prevent overgrowth while ensuring adequate repair. Cell division begins when growth signals reach surrounding healthy cells. These signals activate internal checkpoints that determine whether conditions are suitable for replication. If energy, oxygen, and nutrients are sufficient, the cell enters a cycle that results in two identical daughter cells. This controlled replication allows tissues such as skin, muscle, and connective tissue to rebuild themselves layer by layer. Different tissues heal at different rates because cell division varies by cell type. Skin cells divide frequently and can repair surface wounds relatively quickly. Muscle cells repair more slowly, relying on satellite cells, specialized cells that assist with regeneration by fusing to existing fibers. Connective tissue, including tendons and ligaments, heals more gradually because it depends on the careful alignment of collagen fibers to restore strength. Stem cells contribute to tissue repair in specific regions of the body. These cells remain in a less specialized state and can become different cell types when needed. In adult humans, stem cells support healing primarily in tissues with high turnover, such as blood, skin, and the lining of the digestive system. Their role is limited but essential, providing a source of replacement cells without altering tissue identity. Cell division during healing is tightly regulated to avoid errors. DNA is checked and repaired before replication proceeds. If damage is detected, the process pauses until corrections are made. Cells that cannot be repaired may be directed to undergo programmed cell death, preventing faulty cells from disrupting tissue structure. This quality control maintains stability as new cells are formed. As new cells appear, they must integrate into existing tissue. They receive positional cues that guide where they belong and what function they should perform. Blood vessels and nerve endings gradually reconnect, restoring communication and sensation. This integration phase is slower than initial cell division, but essential for long-term recovery. Healing does not aim to recreate tissue exactly as it was before. Instead, it restores function and strength within biological limits. Scar tissue may form where perfect regeneration is not possible, providing stability even if the original structure cannot be fully replicated. This trade-off reflects the body's priority on durability and protection rather than flawless reconstruction. Cell division continues quietly long after visible signs of healing fade. Remodeling processes adjust tissue strength, elasticity, and organization over time. Collagen fibers realign, excess cells are removed, and circulation returns to baseline. These slow refinements help ensure that repaired tissue can withstand normal use. Tissue repair and cell division operate without conscious direction, following chemical signals and internal timing. The process unfolds steadily, balancing growth with restraint. Through this careful regulation, the body restores itself again and again, maintaining resilience through cycles of repair that remain mostly unseen. Healing within the nervous system follows a different pattern than repair in other tissues. Neurons do not divide and replace themselves in the same way skin or blood cells do. Instead, the nervous system relies on adaptation, reorganization, and gradual signal adjustment to restore function. This approach allows stability while still permitting recovery after injury or stress. In the peripheral nervous system, some regeneration is possible. Nerves outside the brain and spinal cord can regrow slowly if the surrounding structures remain intact. Supporting cells form pathways that guide new nerve fibers toward their targets. This process unfolds over weeks or months, advancing at a measured pace. Recovery depends on distance, blood supply, and the preservation of connective tissue around the nerve. Within the central nervous system, healing takes a different form. Neurons in the brain and spinal cord are protected by specialized barriers that limit cell replacement. Instead of regrowing, neural circuits adjust by strengthening existing connections or forming new ones. This process, known as neural plasticity, allows the brain to adapt after injury, learning, or prolonged stress. Plasticity does not erase damage, but it can restore function by rerouting signals through alternative pathways. Supporting cells called glial cells play a major role in nervous system healing. Astrocytes regulate chemical balance and provide metabolic support. Oligodendrocytes help restore insulating layers around nerve fibers, improving signal transmission. Microglia remove debris and regulate inflammation within neural tissue. Together, these cells create an environment that supports stability and gradual recovery without excessive growth. The nervous system is highly sensitive to inflammation. While short-term inflammation helps clear damage, prolonged inflammation can interfere with signal transmission and plasticity. For this reason, neural healing emphasizes controlled responses and gradual adjustment, rather than rapid reconstruction. Rest and stable conditions help reduce unnecessary inflammatory signaling, allowing recovery processes to proceed more effectively. Sleep plays a central role in nervous system healing. During rest, synaptic connections are adjusted, with some being strengthened and others weakened. This process helps preserve essential pathways while removing noise created by repeated stimulation. Clearing metabolic waste during sleep also supports neuronal health, reducing strain on cells that manage electrical signaling throughout the day. Stress can slow nervous system healing by maintaining elevated alert signals. When the nervous system remains in a heightened state, energy is diverted toward vigilance rather than repair. Calm states allow parasympathetic signals to dominate, creating conditions where neural circuits can stabilize and adjust. This balance supports recovery over time without forcing change. Nervous system healing often occurs gradually and without noticeable markers. Improvements may appear as restored coordination, reduced sensitivity, or improved regulation, rather than complete structural replacement. These changes reflect adaptation rather than regrowth, showing how the nervous system prioritizes continuity while still allowing recovery. Through plasticity, support from glial cells, and carefully regulated responses, the nervous system maintains its ability to heal within biological limits. The process is slower and more subtle than repair in other tissues, but it is effective in preserving function. By adjusting rather than rebuilding, the nervous system continues to support the body's balance and coordination, quietly restoring stability as conditions allow. Healing is guided not only by cells and circulation, but also by hormones that regulate timing, energy use, and tissue repair. These chemical messengers travel through the bloodstream, delivering instructions that influence how quickly repair occurs and how resources are allocated. Hormonal balance allows healing to proceed in a steady and coordinated way, rather than in short bursts. One of the most important hormones involved in healing is growth hormone. Released primarily during deep sleep, growth hormone stimulates protein synthesis and supports the repair of muscle, bone, and connective tissue. It also influences the production of insulin-like growth factors, which help cells divide and mature during recovery. The timing of growth hormone release aligns closely with rest, highlighting the connection between sleep and physical repair. Melatonin, commonly associated with sleep regulation, also plays a role in healing. Beyond helping regulate circadian rhythms, melatonin acts as an antioxidant, reducing oxidative stress at the cellular level. This protective effect helps limit damage caused by normal metabolic processes and supports tissue maintenance. Melatonin levels rise in darkness, creating an internal environment that favors repair and recovery. Cortisol is often viewed only as a stress hormone, but it also contributes to healing when properly regulated. In short-term situations, cortisol helps control inflammation and mobilize energy for repair. Problems arise when cortisol remains elevated for extended periods. Chronic elevation can suppress immune signaling and slow tissue rebuilding. Balanced cortisol rhythms allow inflammation to resolve without interfering with recovery. Insulin supports healing by regulating how cells access energy. During repair, cells require glucose to fuel division and protein synthesis. Insulin sensitivity helps ensure that glucose enters cells efficiently, supporting these energy-intensive processes. Stable insulin signaling contributes to smoother healing by preventing large fluctuations in available energy. Other hormones, including thyroid hormones, influence the overall pace of healing. These hormones regulate metabolic rate, affecting how quickly cells perform maintenance and repair tasks. When metabolic signaling is stable, healing progresses at a predictable rate. Disruptions can slow cellular turnover or alter tissue regeneration timelines. Hormonal interactions are complex and interconnected. Changes in one system influence others, creating feedback loops that adjust healing based on overall conditions. Rest, regular sleep patterns, and reduced stress help maintain this balance, allowing hormones to coordinate repair effectively. Much of hormonal healing activity occurs without conscious awareness. Levels rise and fall according to circadian rhythms and internal signals rather than intention. These rhythms help distribute healing work across time, preventing overload and conserving energy. By guiding when and how repair occurs, hormones provide structure to the healing process. They ensure that tissues receive support when needed and that rebuilding proceeds at a sustainable pace. Through these quiet chemical signals, the body maintains its ability to heal continuously, adapting to daily demands while preserving long-term balance. Healing operates most efficiently when the body perceives safety. Stress alters this environment by shifting biological priorities toward immediate survival rather than long-term repair. When stress signals remain elevated, healing processes slow, not because they stop entirely, but because resources are redirected toward vigilance and rapid response. The stress response is driven largely by the sympathetic nervous system and the release of hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. These signals increase heart rate, elevate blood pressure, and mobilize energy stores. While this response is useful for short-term challenges, it temporarily suppresses processes that are not essential for immediate action, including tissue repair and immune coordination. Chronic stress affects healing at multiple levels. Elevated cortisol can reduce the activity of immune cells responsible for cleanup and repair. Inflammatory signaling may become dysregulated, remaining elevated longer than necessary or failing to resolve efficiently. Over time, this imbalance can slow wound healing, delay recovery from illness, and interfere with the rebuilding of tissue. Stress also influences circulation. Blood flow is redirected toward muscles involved in movement and away from internal organs and repair sites. This shift limits oxygen and nutrient delivery to tissues undergoing healing. While the body can tolerate these changes briefly, prolonged stress makes sustained repair more difficult. The nervous system plays a key role in mediating these effects. When stress signals dominate, parasympathetic activity decreases. This reduces the body's ability to enter restorative states where healing is prioritized. Calm conditions allow parasympathetic signals to increase, lowering heart rate and supporting circulation to internal systems involved in repair. Sleep disruption is one of the most common ways stress interferes with healing. Elevated alertness can fragment sleep, reducing time spent in deep stages where growth hormone release and immune regulation are strongest. Even subtle changes in sleep quality can accumulate over time, slowing recovery without producing obvious symptoms. Stress does not eliminate the body's capacity to heal. Instead, it alters the pace and efficiency of the process. When stress is reduced, healing mechanisms resume their normal rhythm. This flexibility allows the body to adapt to changing conditions without permanent loss of function. The relationship between stress and healing highlights the importance of internal signals rather than effort. Healing is supported when the nervous system receives cues that the environment is stable. Quiet, predictable conditions allow repair to proceed without competition from survival responses. By understanding how stress reshapes biological priorities, it becomes easier to see why healing thrives during rest. The body is designed to repair itself most effectively when alertness softens and energy can be directed inward. In those calmer states, healing continues steadily, guided by systems that respond to safety rather than urgency. The brain plays a central role in healing, even when the repair itself occurs far from the nervous system. It coordinates internal conditions, regulates immune responses, and adjusts circulation to support recovery. Rather than directing healing consciously, the brain influences it through automatic signaling systems that shape how the body responds to damage and restoration. One of the brain's primary tools is the autonomic nervous system, which regulates functions such as heart rate, digestion, and blood flow. When parasympathetic activity increases, the body shifts toward repair and maintenance. Blood vessels supplying internal organs widen, digestion becomes more efficient, and immune signaling becomes more balanced. These changes create conditions that favor healing without requiring active control. The brain also communicates with the immune system through neural pathways and chemical messengers. Signals originating in the brainstem and hypothalamus influence the release of cytokines and hormones that regulate inflammation. This connection allows the brain to adjust immune activity based on overall conditions, preventing excessive responses while supporting necessary repair. When this coordination functions smoothly, healing proceeds without prolonged inflammation or immune suppression. Pain perception is another area where the brain shapes healing. Pain does not always reflect the extent of tissue damage. Instead, it represents the brain's interpretation of sensory input, combined with context and expectation. By adjusting sensitivity, the brain can protect injured areas while preventing unnecessary alarm once healing is underway. This modulation helps maintain movement and circulation, both of which support recovery. The brain's influence extends to sleep regulation. Neural centers responsible for circadian rhythms determine when restorative processes intensify. During sleep, the brain reduces external processing and increases internal maintenance, allowing healing signals to dominate. Disruptions to these rhythms can alter hormone release and immune coordination, slowing recovery even when other conditions are favorable. Emotional states also affect brain-driven healing responses. Prolonged alertness or anxiety can maintain sympathetic activation, while calm states encourage parasympathetic dominance. These shifts influence circulation, hormone balance, and immune signaling. The brain does not distinguish between physical and psychological stress when adjusting these systems. Both are processed through overlapping pathways. The integration of these signals allows the brain to balance repair with daily function. Healing must occur without compromising essential activities, and the brain manages this balance by adjusting priorities moment by moment. When external demands decrease, more resources are allocated to maintenance and recovery. Although the brain is deeply involved in healing, it does not control the process directly. Instead, it creates the conditions that allow healing to proceed efficiently. By regulating internal environments, sleep, stress responses, circulation, and immune balance, the brain supports repair as a background process rather than a task requiring attention. Through this quiet coordination, the brain ensures that healing remains adaptive and sustainable. Its role is not to accelerate repair beyond biological limits, but to maintain stability while recovery unfolds. In this way, the brain acts as a steady regulator, guiding healing through subtle adjustments that operate continuously beneath awareness. Not all healing follows visible injury or illness. Much of the body's repair work focuses on micro-injuries, tiny disruptions in tissue that occur during ordinary activity. Walking, lifting, stretching, and even maintaining posture place small stresses on muscles, joints, and connective tissue. These stresses do not cause harm, but they create minor changes that require ongoing maintenance. Healing these micro-injuries allows the body to remain strong and adaptable over time. Muscle tissue provides a clear example. During normal movement or exercise, muscle fibers experience microscopic strain. This strain creates small disruptions in the structure of the fibers. In response, the body activates repair mechanisms that reinforce the tissue, making it more resilient. Specialized cells assist in rebuilding the fibers, increasing their capacity to handle similar demands in the future. This process occurs gradually and does not require soreness or fatigue to be effective. Connective tissues such as tendons and ligaments also undergo constant micro-repair. These tissues transfer force between muscles and bones, experiencing repeated tension. their healing process is slower than muscle repair because connective tissue has less direct blood supply. Even so, collagen fibers within these tissues are continuously remodeled, aligning themselves along lines of stress to maintain strength and flexibility. Joints rely on subtle healing processes as well. Cartilage does not regenerate quickly, but it undergoes maintenance through nutrient exchange and cellular upkeep. Movement helps distribute joint fluid, delivering nutrients to cartilage and removing waste products. This ongoing maintenance supports joint integrity without producing noticeable sensations. The nervous system contributes by adjusting movement patterns to minimize strain. Small changes in coordination reduce stress on tissues that are recovering, allowing healing to proceed without interruption. These adjustments occur automatically and often go unnoticed, reflecting the body's ability to protect itself during everyday activity. Sleep plays an important role in micro-injury recovery. During rest, muscle tone decreases and joint compression lessens. This reduction in mechanical load allows tissues to focus on repair rather than adaptation. Growth hormone released during sleep supports protein synthesis, reinforcing tissues affected by daily use. Microhealing does not aim to return tissues to an earlier state. Instead, it supports adaptation. Each cycle of minor strain followed by repair helps tissues adjust to the demands placed upon them. This ongoing process maintains resilience and reduces the likelihood of larger injuries over time. Because micro-injuries are expected, the body is designed to handle them efficiently. Repair systems respond proportionally, avoiding excessive inflammation while still reinforcing tissue structure. When conditions are calm and rest is sufficient, these systems function smoothly, maintaining balance without drawing attention. Everyday healing operates quietly in the background. Muscles rebuild, connective tissue strengthens, joints maintain their integrity, and movement patterns refine themselves. These small adjustments accumulate, supporting long-term stability. Through continuous micro-repair, the body preserves function not by avoiding stress, but by responding to it with steady, regulated healing. When tissue damage exceeds routine micro-repair, the body follows a structured sequence to restore integrity. This process is known as wound healing, and it unfolds in overlapping stages rather than in a strict linear order. Each stage prepares the conditions needed for the next, ensuring that repair occurs efficiently while protecting surrounding tissue. The first stage is hemostasis, which begins immediately after injury. Blood vessels constrict briefly to limit blood loss, and platelets gather at the site to form a clot. This clot acts as a temporary barrier, sealing the wound and preventing further damage. It also provides a framework for cells involved in later stages of healing to attach and move across. Hemostasis is rapid and localized, setting the foundation for repair within minutes. Following clot formation, the body enters the inflammatory stage. Immune cells migrate into the affected area, guided by chemical signals released at the site of injury. These cells remove damaged tissue, bacteria, and debris. Inflammation during this stage is purposeful and time-limited. It clears the wound environment so that rebuilding can proceed without interference. Swelling and warmth may occur, reflecting increased blood flow and immune activity. The next stage is proliferation, where new tissue begins to form. Fibroblast cells produce collagen, creating a structural scaffold that fills the wound. At the same time, new blood vessels grow into the area, improving oxygen and nutrient delivery. Surface cells migrate across the wound, gradually restoring the protective barrier of the skin or lining tissue. This stage focuses on rebuilding coverage and restoring basic function rather than perfect structure. As the wound closes, healing transitions into the remodeling stage, also called maturation. During this phase, collagen fibers reorganize and strengthen. Excess blood vessels formed during proliferation are removed, returning circulation to baseline. The tissue becomes more resilient as fibers align along lines of stress. Remodeling can continue for months, gradually improving strength and flexibility even after the wound appears healed. Throughout these stages, timing and balance are essential. If one stage persists too long or resolves too quickly, healing may become inefficient. Excessive inflammation can delay proliferation, while insufficient collagen production can weaken the repaired tissue. The body regulates these stages through feedback signals that adjust immune activity, cell division, and blood flow. Wound healing varies depending on tissue type, blood supply, and overall conditions. Areas with good circulation tend to heal faster. Tissues under repeated stress may require longer remodeling periods to regain strength. Even so, the underlying sequence remains consistent, reflecting a conserved biological strategy for repair. Importantly, wound healing does not aim to recreate tissue exactly as it was before. Instead, it prioritizes closure, protection, and functional stability. Scar tissue forms where necessary, providing strength, even if flexibility differs from the original tissue. This trade-off allows the body to restore integrity efficiently, rather than delay repair in pursuit of perfection. The stages of wound healing operate automatically, guided by internal signals rather than awareness. Once initiated, the process unfolds steadily, adapting to local conditions as it progresses. Through this organized sequence, the body restores damaged tissue in a way that balances speed, strength, and protection, maintaining resilience across a lifetime of repair. Healing does not occur at the same speed throughout life. As the body ages, the pace of repair gradually changes, reflecting shifts in cellular turnover, circulation, and signaling efficiency. These changes do not stop healing, but they influence how quickly tissues recover and how completely they restore their original structure. In early life, cell division occurs rapidly. Growth signals are abundant, and tissues replace themselves efficiently. Skin renews quickly, bones remodel frequently, and immune responses resolve in shorter periods. As time passes, the rate of cell turnover slows. DNA repair mechanisms remain active, but replication becomes more selective. This shift helps maintain stability, but reduces the speed at which damaged cells are replaced. Circulation also changes gradually with age. Blood vessels become less flexible, and capillary density may decrease in certain tissues. These changes can limit the delivery of oxygen and nutrients needed for repair. Even small reductions in circulation can influence healing efficiency, especially in tissues with high energy demands. The body adapts by prioritizing essential repairs and maintaining function, rather than maximizing regeneration. The immune system undergoes its own adjustments. Immune cells remain capable of responding to injury and infection, but their signaling becomes more variable. Inflammatory responses may take longer to resolve, and regulatory signals may be less precise. This shift can slow the transition from cleanup to rebuilding during healing. Even so, the immune system continues to support repair, adjusting its activity to changing conditions. Hormonal signaling evolves across the lifespan as well. Levels of growth hormone and other repair-related hormones decline gradually. Circadian rhythms may shift, altering the timing of restorative processes. These changes influence when healing is most active rather than eliminating it. Rest and consistent sleep continue to support repair by aligning hormonal release with periods of reduced demand. Connective tissues show some of the clearest age-related changes. Collagen fibers become stiffer and less elastic, affecting how tendons, ligaments, and skin respond to stress. During healing, collagen remodeling still occurs, but the resulting tissue may be less flexible than before. This adaptation emphasizes durability over elasticity, reflecting a shift in priorities toward protection. Neural healing also adapts with age. Plasticity remains possible, but new connections form more slowly. Recovery often relies more on strengthening existing pathways than on forming entirely new ones. These adjustments allow the nervous system to preserve function while reducing the risk of instability. Healing over time reflects balance rather than decline. The body shifts from rapid growth and replacement toward maintenance and preservation. Repair processes continue to operate, guided by the same biological principles, but at a pace suited to long-term stability. This gradual change allows the body to remain resilient across decades, maintaining function through steady, regulated healing rather than constant regeneration. Healing requires raw materials. While signaling systems coordinate repair and circulation delivers support, cells still depend on basic molecular building blocks to rebuild structure and restore function. Nutrition provides these components, supplying atoms and compounds that cells use to create proteins, membranes, and signaling molecules involved in healing. Proteins play a central role in cellular repair. Amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, are used to rebuild enzymes, structural fibers, and immune molecules. During tissue repair, cells increase protein synthesis to replace damaged components. This process does not occur in isolation. It is regulated by growth signals and energy availability, ensuring that new proteins are produced at a sustainable pace rather than in excess. Lipids contribute to healing by maintaining cell membranes and supporting signaling pathways. Cell membranes must remain flexible and intact for proper function. During repair, damaged membrane components are replaced to preserve this integrity. Certain lipids also act as signaling molecules, influencing inflammation and immune responses. Balanced lipid availability supports these processes without overstimulation. Micronutrients, including minerals and trace elements, support enzymatic reactions involved in healing. These compounds act as cofactors, allowing enzymes to function efficiently. Without sufficient availability, repair reactions may slow even if other resources are present. The body manages micronutrient use carefully, directing them toward essential processes such as DNA repair, immune coordination, and tissue rebuilding. Hydration also influences cellular repair. Water provides the medium in which biochemical reactions occur and supports circulation. Adequate fluid balance helps maintain blood volume, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach healing tissues. It also supports waste removal, preventing byproducts from accumulating around repair sites. Energy availability shapes how quickly healing progresses. Cells require energy to divide, synthesize proteins, and transport materials. When energy supply is stable, repair occurs efficiently. When energy is limited, the body prioritizes essential functions and may slow rebuilding processes. This regulation prevents depletion while still supporting long-term maintenance. The timing of nutrient use matters as well. During rest and sleep, energy demand from movement and alertness decreases, allowing more resources to be allocated toward repair. This shift supports protein synthesis and cellular maintenance without increasing overall energy expenditure. Healing aligns with periods when nutrients can be used for rebuilding rather than immediate activity. Importantly, healing does not depend on excess input. The body regulates how materials are used, preventing overaccumulation. When repair is complete, synthesis slows and resources are redirected toward maintenance. This balance ensures stability rather than unchecked growth. Nutrition supports healing not by accelerating it beyond biological limits, but by providing consistency. Cells draw from available materials as needed, guided by internal signals rather than conscious control. When supply remains steady, repair unfolds smoothly, reinforcing tissues and maintaining function as part of ongoing biological upkeep. The placebo effect is often misunderstood as something imaginary or deceptive, but scientifically, it reflects the brain's ability to influence bodily processes through expectation and perception. The effect does not create healing out of nothing. Instead, it alters how existing systems, such as pain regulation, immune signaling, and stress responses, operate. These changes can affect how symptoms are experienced and, in some cases, how efficiently recovery unfolds. At its core, the placebo effect involves the brain's predictive systems. The brain constantly anticipates outcomes based on prior information. When a person expects relief or improvement, the brain adjusts neural activity accordingly. This adjustment can reduce pain signals, alter hormone release, and influence autonomic nervous system balance. These changes occur without conscious control and do not require belief in a specific treatment, only an expectation shaped by context. One of the clearest effects appears in pain perception. The brain can release endogenous opioids, natural pain-relieving chemicals, when it anticipates relief. These substances reduce the intensity of pain signals before they reach conscious awareness. Importantly, this does not repair damaged tissue directly. It changes how pain is processed, which can support healing indirectly by allowing movement, circulation, and rest to continue without excessive guarding or stress. The placebo effect also interacts with stress regulation. Expectation of improvement can reduce sympathetic nervous system activity, lowering cortisol and adrenaline levels. This shift allows parasympathetic signals to become more prominent, supporting immune coordination and circulation. In this way, the brain influences healing conditions rather than performing the repair itself. Immune responses may also be subtly affected. Studies have shown that immune markers can change based on expectation alone. These changes tend to be modest and temporary, but they demonstrate that immune signaling is sensitive to neural input. The brain communicates with immune cells through chemical messengers and nerve pathways, allowing perception to shape response intensity. It is important to distinguish symptom relief from structural repair. The placebo effect does not regenerate tissue or reverse disease on its own. Broken bones do not fuse faster solely because of expectation. Infections do not resolve without immune action. What the placebo effect can do is reduce interference, lowering pain, stress, and fear that might otherwise slow recovery. In this way, it supports healing indirectly, rather than replacing biological processes. The placebo effect also highlights how context matters. Clinical environments, routines, and reassurance can influence outcomes by shaping expectations. These influences operate quietly, without requiring conscious effort. The brain responds automatically to cues of safety or support, adjusting internal signals in response. Understanding the placebo effect does not diminish healing. Instead, it clarifies the brain's role as a regulator, rather than a creator of repair. Expectation changes the environment in which healing occurs, not the fundamental biology of repair itself. By viewing the placebo effect through this lens, healing becomes easier to understand. The brain does not override the body. It shapes conditions, pain levels, stress responses, immune balance, that allow healing systems to function with fewer obstacles. These subtle influences operate continuously, reflecting the deep integration between perception and physiology that supports recovery in quiet, measured ways. Pain is often assumed to be a direct measure of injury, but biologically, it serves a different purpose. Pain functions as a protective signal, guiding behavior to reduce further strain while healing takes place. It reflects how the nervous system interprets information, rather than a precise measurement of tissue damage. Understanding this distinction helps explain why pain can persist even as healing progresses or fade before repair is complete. When tissue is damaged, sensory receptors send signals to the nervous system. These signals are processed alongside contextual information, such as past experience, expectation, and overall physiological state. The brain then determines how strongly pain should be perceived. This system allows pain to adapt to circumstances. In situations where protection is necessary, sensitivity increases. When movement and function are safe, sensitivity can decrease. Pain supports healing by limiting use of affected areas. Reduced movement lowers mechanical stress and prevents repeated injury. This protective response allows inflammation to resolve and tissue rebuilding to continue without interruption. As healing advances, pain sensitivity often decreases gradually, reflecting the brain's assessment that protection is no longer required at the same level. However, pain does not always correlate with ongoing damage. Neural pathways can remain sensitized after tissue repair has occurred. This sensitization does not indicate failure to heal, but rather a cautious nervous system maintaining heightened awareness. Over time, as conditions stabilize and signals normalize, sensitivity can return to baseline. Inflammation also influences pain perception. Chemical mediators released during the early stages of healing lower the activation threshold of pain receptors. This makes tissues more sensitive, encouraging rest. As inflammation resolves, these mediators decrease, allowing sensitivity to decline. This progression reflects normal healing rather than dysfunction. The nervous system continuously balances protection and function. Excessive pain would restrict movement unnecessarily, slowing recovery. Insufficient pain could allow overuse and re-injury. Healing depends on maintaining this balance, adjusting sensitivity based on tissue status and environmental demands. Psychological and emotional factors can influence pain without altering tissue repair. Stress, uncertainty, and heightened vigilance can amplify pain signals by increasing nervous system alertness. Calm states support more accurate signal interpretation, allowing pain to decrease when protection is no longer needed. Importantly, pain itself does not drive healing. It is a signal, not a repair mechanism. Healing continues whether pain is present or not. Pain simply shapes behavior during recovery, guiding movement, posture, and rest in ways that protect healing tissue. As recovery progresses, pain often becomes less prominent. The nervous system updates its assessment based on feedback from tissue condition, movement, and internal signals. This recalibration reflects the system's ability to adapt rather than a fixed response. By viewing pain as part of a protective communication system, its role in healing becomes clearer. Pain exists to support recovery, not to indicate damage with precision. When conditions are stable and healing advances, pain naturally recedes, allowing function to return gradually and safely. Inflammation is often described as something to be avoided, but biologically, it is a regulated healing response rather than a problem in itself. Inflammation helps isolate injury, recruit immune cells, and prepare tissue for repair. When properly controlled, it supports healing by coordinating cleanup and reconstruction without causing unnecessary damage. The inflammatory response begins when cells detect disruption or injury. Chemical signals are released that increase blood vessel permeability and attract immune cells to the affected area. These changes allow white blood cells to exit circulation and enter tissue where they remove debris and damaged cells. This initial response is localized and temporary, designed to address specific areas rather than the entire body. Inflammation also influences pain and sensitivity. Chemical mediators lower the activation threshold of sensory receptors, increasing awareness around the injured region. This heightened sensitivity discourages excessive movement and reduces the risk of re-injury during early repair. As healing progresses and cleanup concludes, inflammatory signals decrease, allowing sensitivity to normalize. Resolution is a critical part of inflammation. Once debris is cleared, the immune system shifts towards signals that suppress further inflammatory activity. Specialized cells promote tissue rebuilding and reduce immune presence. This transition prevents prolonged inflammation from interfering with repair. Failure to resolve inflammation can delay healing by maintaining unnecessary immune activation. Inflammation supports blood vessel growth during healing. New capillaries form in response to inflammatory signals, improving oxygen and nutrient delivery to repair sites. These vessels are temporary and often recede during later remodeling phases. This adaptability allows circulation to meet healing demands without permanent structural changes. The duration of inflammation varies by tissue type and severity of injury. Minor disruptions may trigger brief inflammatory responses that resolve quickly. Larger injuries require longer cleanup periods before rebuilding can begin. In each case, timing is regulated through feedback signals that adjust immune activity based on tissue condition. Systemic factors influence inflammatory balance. stress hormones, sleep patterns, and overall energy availability affect how strongly inflammation is expressed and how efficiently it resolves. Calm physiological states support appropriate inflammatory responses by preventing excessive immune signaling. Importantly, inflammation does not rebuild tissue directly. It prepares the environment for repair by removing obstacles and coordinating cellular activity. Once this role is complete, healing progresses through proliferation and remodeling rather than continued immune action. Viewing inflammation as part of a sequence rather than a standalone event clarifies its role in healing. It is neither inherently harmful nor universally beneficial. Its value depends on timing, scale, and resolution. When these factors align, inflammation supports healing quietly and effectively, allowing repair to proceed without disruption. Sleep is one of the most influential conditions for healing, not because it introduces new repair mechanisms, but because it allows existing systems to operate without competition. During sleep, external demands decrease, and internal maintenance becomes the primary focus. This shift supports tissue repair, immune regulation, and hormonal balance. One of the most significant changes during sleep is reduced sensory input. The brain processes fewer external signals, lowering overall neural activity. This reduction allows energy to be redirected toward internal tasks, such as cellular repair, protein synthesis, and waste removal. Healing processes that require sustained energy benefit from this redistribution. Deep stages of sleep are particularly important for physical repair. During these stages, growth hormone release increases, supporting muscle, bone, and connective tissue maintenance. Immune signaling also becomes more coordinated, helping regulate inflammation and tissue cleanup. These processes occur rhythmically, aligned with the body's internal clock rather than conscious intent. Sleep influences circulation patterns as well. Heart rate and blood pressure decrease, reducing mechanical stress on blood vessels. Blood flow shifts toward internal organs and tissues involved in repair. This redistribution supports oxygen and nutrient delivery, where healing is most active. The immune system becomes more efficient during sleep. Certain immune cells increase their activity, while others reduce surveillance. This balance allows cleanup and rebuilding to occur without excessive inflammatory signaling. Disrupted sleep can interfere with this coordination, slowing recovery even when injury is minor. Sleep also supports nervous system healing. Synaptic connections are adjusted, metabolic waste is cleared, and neural circuits stabilize. These processes help maintain coordination and signal accuracy, indirectly supporting physical healing by improving movement control and stress regulation. Importantly, sleep does not accelerate healing beyond biological limits. Instead, it protects the conditions under which healing normally occurs. When sleep is shortened or fragmented, repair still happens, but less efficiently. Over time, small delays can accumulate, extending recovery periods. The timing of sleep matters as well. Consistent sleep schedules align hormonal release with periods of low activity. Irregular timing can disrupt these rhythms, altering growth hormone patterns and immune coordination. Regularity allows healing systems to anticipate rest and prepare accordingly. Sleep supports healing by creating stability. It quiets external demands, reduces competing signals, and allows repair processes to proceed uninterrupted. Through this nightly shift inward, the body maintains its ability to restore and preserve itself, using rest as a structured environment for ongoing repair. Healing follows internal rhythms that regulate when repair is most active and how resources are distributed across time. These rhythms are driven by circadian systems that coordinate hormone release, immune activity, and cellular maintenance. Rather than occurring evenly throughout the day, healing work rises and falls in predictable patterns aligned with rest and activity. The circadian clock is regulated by neural centers that respond to light exposure and internal signals. This clock influences when growth hormone is released, when immune cells are most active, and when cellular repair processes intensify. At night, when alertness decreases, these systems shift toward maintenance and rebuilding rather than response. Cells themselves follow rhythmic patterns. DNA repair enzymes show increased activity during rest periods. Protein synthesis fluctuates based on energy availability and hormonal cues. These cycles prevent overload by spreading repair tasks across time, rather than concentrating them into short intervals. Immune responses are also rhythmic. Certain immune cells circulate more actively at night, while others reduce surveillance. This shift supports cleanup and repair without triggering unnecessary inflammation. Disruption of these rhythms can delay healing by misaligning immune activity with tissue repair needs. Temperature regulation reflects internal rhythms as well. Body temperature decreases slightly during rest, influencing enzyme efficiency and metabolic rate. These changes create conditions that favor cellular repair over rapid energy expenditure. Small shifts in temperature support healing without requiring conscious control. The nervous system adapts its signaling based on time of day. During periods of rest, parasympathetic activity increases, supporting digestion, circulation to internal organs, and tissue repair. During active periods, sympathetic signaling prepares the body for movement and alertness. Healing aligns with these quieter phases rather than competing with them. Internal rhythms remain flexible. They adjust to changes in environment and routine, but frequent disruption can reduce efficiency. Irregular sleep patterns, inconsistent light exposure, and prolonged alertness can shift healing activity away from optimal periods. Even so, repair continues, adapting to available conditions rather than stopping entirely. Healing rhythms operate automatically, guided by biological timing rather than intention. These cycles allow the body to balance repair with daily demands, preserving energy while maintaining function. By distributing healing work across time, internal rhythms support recovery in a steady and sustainable way. Through these repeating patterns, healing becomes part of the body's ongoing maintenance rather than a separate event. Repair unfolds in alignment with internal clocks, ensuring that tissues receive support when conditions are most favorable and resources are available. Much of healing occurs without conscious awareness. Cells respond to chemical gradients, electrical signals, and mechanical forces without requiring attention or intention. This automatic regulation allows repair to continue even when focus is directed elsewhere or when awareness fades during rest and sleep. At the cellular level, repair mechanisms activate based on local conditions rather than centralized control. When damage occurs, nearby cells detect changes in their environment and initiate responses appropriate to the situation. These responses include altering metabolism, releasing signaling molecules, and adjusting structural components. The process unfolds independently in each region, guided by immediate needs rather than global commands. The nervous system contributes by maintaining baseline regulation. Autonomic signaling adjusts circulation, immune tone, and hormonal release continuously. These adjustments are subtle and ongoing, creating conditions that support healing without drawing attention. The absence of conscious involvement prevents interference and allows systems to operate efficiently. During periods of reduced awareness, such as deep rest, competing signals decrease. Sensory input diminishes, motor planning slows, and cognitive processing quiets. This reduction allows internal systems to dominate resource use. Energy that might otherwise support alertness or movement becomes available for repair and maintenance. Even pain perception can change in the absence of attention. When awareness shifts inward or fades, pain signals may be deprioritized by the nervous system. This does not alter tissue condition directly, but it reduces stress responses that could otherwise interfere with healing. Lower stress supports circulation, immune balance, and hormonal regulation. Healing without awareness also reflects evolutionary efficiency. Biological systems evolved to operate reliably without requiring supervision. Repair processes are embedded within cellular machinery, ensuring continuity regardless of mental state. This design allows healing to proceed during sleep, distraction, or unconsciousness. Importantly, lack of awareness does not imply passivity. Healing systems remain active, responsive, and adaptive. They adjust to changes in tissue condition, energy availability, and environmental cues continuously. Awareness is not required for accuracy or effectiveness. The separation between awareness and repair allows the body to recover while attention rests. This division reduces cognitive load and prevents unnecessary interference. Healing benefits from stability rather than oversight. By functioning independently of awareness, healing becomes a constant background process. It continues quietly, guided by internal signals rather than intention. This autonomy ensures that repair remains reliable, sustained, and resilient across changing states of consciousness. Healing is often imagined as a response to injury, but biologically, it functions as an ongoing system rather than a temporary reaction. Repair mechanisms operate continuously, maintaining tissue integrity even when no obvious damage is present. This system-based approach allows the body to prevent small disruptions from accumulating into larger problems. Every tissue maintains internal monitoring processes. Cells constantly assess structural integrity, energy status, and chemical balance. When deviations are detected, repair pathways activate proportionally. Minor adjustments occur without triggering large immune responses, preserving stability while conserving resources. This graded response allows healing to scale appropriately to the level of need. The integration of multiple systems supports this continuous maintenance. Circulation delivers materials, hormones regulate timing, immune cells manage cleanup, and the nervous system adjusts conditions. No single system controls healing. Instead, repair emerges from coordinated activity across these overlapping networks. Healing systems prioritize function over appearance. Structural perfection is less important than maintaining strength, flexibility, and communication. This priority explains why scar tissue forms and why some tissues regenerate incompletely. The goal is to restore reliable performance rather than exact replication. Feedback loops play a central role. As repair progresses, signals adjust to prevent excess activity. When sufficient strength is restored, rebuilding slows. When inflammation is no longer needed, immune activity decreases. These feedback mechanisms protect tissues from overcorrection and preserve long-term balance. Energy availability influences how healing systems operate. When resources are abundant, repair proceeds efficiently. When energy is limited, maintenance continues at a reduced pace. This flexibility allows healing to persist across varying conditions without exhausting reserves. The system nature of healing also explains variability. Individuals heal at different rates due to differences in circulation, hormonal balance, immune regulation, and neural signaling. Even within a single body, different tissues follow distinct repair timelines. These variations reflect adaptive tuning rather than inconsistency. Healing as a system emphasizes continuity. Repair does not begin only after injury, nor does it end when symptoms fade. It operates persistently, adjusting structure and function in response to ongoing demands. This steady background activity preserves resilience without requiring intervention. By viewing healing as a system rather than an event, its quiet reliability becomes clearer. Repair unfolds through constant assessment and adjustment, maintaining the body through countless small corrections. This ongoing process sustains function across time, supporting stability through continuous regulated renewal. Healing is effective, but it is not unlimited. Biological repair operates within defined boundaries shaped by tissue type, energy availability, and structural organization. These limits are not signs of weakness. They reflect strategies evolved to preserve stability and function over long periods, rather than pursue complete restoration in every situation. Different tissues follow different repair priorities. Skin regenerates quickly because its structure is relatively simple and exposure to damage is frequent. Blood cells are replaced continuously to maintain circulation and immune defense. In contrast, tissues such as cartilage, heart muscle, and portions of the nervous system rely more heavily on reinforcement than replacement. In these systems, precise organization is essential, and uncontrolled regeneration could disrupt function. Scar tissue formation illustrates this trade-off. Scar tissue restores continuity and strength rapidly, reducing the risk of further damage. However, it differs from original tissue in elasticity and cellular arrangement. The body accepts this compromise because mechanical stability is more important than perfect reconstruction. This approach allows healing to proceed efficiently without delaying recovery in pursuit of ideal structure. Energy availability imposes additional constraints. Repair requires metabolic resources that must be shared with vital functions such as circulation, temperature regulation, and neural activity. When demands increase, healing adapts by slowing its pace, rather than competing aggressively for resources. This regulation protects the body from exhaustion and preserves long-term balance. Time also acts as a limiting factor. certain forms of repair require extended remodeling to achieve sufficient strength. Collagen fibers must gradually realign, blood vessels must be pruned, and neural pathways must stabilize. Accelerating these processes would increase the risk of weakness or instability. Gradual reinforcement ensures durability, even when recovery appears prolonged. Immune regulation further defines healing limits. Excessive repair activity can lead to fibrosis or chronic inflammation, both of which impair function. Feedback mechanisms reduce immune signaling once repair goals are met. This restraint prevents healing from becoming destructive, maintaining tissue usability rather than maximizing cellular activity. Biological limits vary between individuals. Genetics, age, prior injury, and overall system coordination influence repair capacity and speed. These differences reflect adaptive diversity rather than deficiency. Healing systems adjust to each body's conditions, prioritizing outcomes that preserve reliability rather than uniformity. Healing does not aim to restore an idealized original state. It aims to re-establish usable function within safe boundaries. By accepting structural trade-offs, regulating energy use, and enforcing feedback limits, the body maintains resilience without risking instability. Within these constraints, healing remains effective. Repair unfolds deliberately, reinforcing what can be strengthened and stabilizing what cannot be replaced. These limits ensure that healing supports continuity rather than disruption, preserving function through measured and controlled restoration. Healing does not conclude with a clear endpoint. Unlike tasks that begin and end, biological repair remains ongoing, adjusting continuously to internal conditions and external demands. Even after visible recovery is complete, maintenance processes persist, refining structure and preserving function. Tissues that appear healed continue to undergo subtle remodeling. Collagen fibers realign, excess cells are removed, and circulation gradually returns to baseline patterns. These changes improve durability rather than appearance. The body favors reliability, ensuring that repaired areas can tolerate normal use without renewed damage. Cellular turnover contributes to this ongoing refinement. Older cells are replaced as part of normal maintenance, even in areas that experience prior injury. This turnover does not recreate the original tissue, but it helps preserve functional integrity. Over time, repaired regions integrate fully into surrounding tissue, becoming part of routine upkeep rather than active recovery. The nervous system also continues to adjust after healing. Movement patterns, posture, and sensitivity are refined based on feedback from repaired tissues. These adjustments reduce unnecessary strain and improve efficiency. They occur automatically, without conscious planning, and help prevent re-injury by distributing load more evenly. Immune activity remains involved at low levels. Surveillance cells monitor tissue condition, responding to minor disruptions before they escalate. This quiet oversight allows repair systems to intervene early, maintaining stability without triggering full inflammatory responses. Healing without a finish line reflects biological efficiency. Repair systems are not designed to shut down once recovery appears complete. They remain available, scaling activity up or down based on need. This flexibility allows the body to adapt to changing conditions without repeated cycles of injury and repair. Energy allocation supports this continuity. Maintenance requires fewer resources than active rebuilding, allowing healing systems to persist without competing with essential functions. This balance preserves long-term function without excessive metabolic demand. By operating continuously, healing becomes part of everyday biology rather than an exceptional response. The absence of a defined endpoint ensures readiness, allowing tissues to respond to stress, strain, and minor damage as part of normal regulation. Healing without a finish line does not mean constant repair. It means constant readiness. Through ongoing adjustment and maintenance, the body preserves stability, ensuring that recovery blends seamlessly into daily function rather than standing apart from it. Healing depends not only on biological mechanisms, but on how energy is distributed across systems. Every repair process requires metabolic resources, and those resources must be allocated alongside essential functions such as circulation, temperature regulation, and neural activity. Healing therefore operates within an energy budget, adjusting its pace rather than demanding priority at all times. Cells involved in repair are metabolically active. Protein synthesis, cell division, and molecular transport all consume energy. When energy availability is stable, these processes proceed efficiently. When energy demand increases elsewhere, during physical exertion, prolonged alertness, or stress, healing adapts by slowing non-urgent activity while maintaining essential maintenance. This allocation is regulated automatically. Cellular sensors detect changes in available fuel and adjust repair intensity accordingly. These sensors do not halt healing entirely. Instead, they prioritize stabilization over reconstruction, ensuring that tissue integrity is preserved even when full rebuilding must wait. The nervous system plays a role in this distribution. During calm states, parasympathetic signaling supports digestion, circulation to internal tissues, and repair activity. During active or alert states, sympathetic signaling redirects energy toward movement and responsiveness. Healing aligns more strongly with periods of reduced external demand, when competition for resources decreases. Muscle repair provides a clear example. After strain, repair begins quickly, but continues over extended periods. If energy is required for movement or coordination, rebuilding slows without reversing progress. When rest resumes, repair intensity increases again. This flexible pacing allows recovery to integrate with daily activity rather than interrupt it. Immune activity follows similar patterns. Cleanup and rebuilding are energy intensive, so immune responses scale with available resources. Excessive activation is avoided when energy is limited, reducing the risk of prolonged inflammation that could interfere with overall stability. Energy allocation also explains why healing often feels uneven. Progress may accelerate during periods of rest and appear slower during busy or stressful phases. This variation reflects adaptive regulation rather than inconsistency. The body balances repair with survival by adjusting intensity, not by abandoning recovery. Over time, this regulated approach supports resilience. Healing unfolds in stages that expand and contract based on conditions, ensuring that repair remains sustainable. Rather than demanding constant energy investment, the body distributes healing work across moments when resources are most available. By managing energy allocation carefully, healing remains integrated with daily life. Repair proceeds without exhausting reserves or compromising essential functions. This balance allows the body to maintain stability while continuing to restore itself quietly, adjusting effort to match circumstance. Healing is often imagined as a process that restores the body to a previous state. In practice, biological repair relies more heavily on adaptation than exact restoration. Rather than recreating what existed before damage occurred, the body adjusts structure and function to meet current demands within safe limits. This adaptive approach allows healing to remain efficient. Tissues respond to stress by reinforcing areas that experience repeated use while simplifying structures that are less essential. Muscle fibers may thicken where strain is frequent. Connective tissue may become denser in regions that require added stability. These changes reflect optimization rather than error, allowing the body to function reliably even if the original configuration is altered. Adaptation is guided by feedback rather than memory. Cells do not aim to reproduce an earlier blueprint. Instead, they respond to mechanical load, chemical signals, and energy availability. When a repaired area is exposed to regular stress, reinforcement continues. When stress is minimal, remodeling slows. This responsiveness ensures that tissue structure matches real conditions rather than idealized ones. The nervous system participates in this adaptation by refining movement and coordination. After injury or strain, motor patterns subtly shift to distribute load more evenly. These adjustments reduce stress on vulnerable tissue while maintaining function. Over time, as stability improves, movement becomes more efficient, reflecting learned adaptation rather than conscious correction. Adaptation also explains why healed tissue may feel different. Changes in elasticity, sensitivity, or strength reflect structural adjustments made during repair. These differences do not indicate incomplete healing. They represent the body's response to altered conditions, prioritizing durability and safety over exact replication. In the immune system, adaptation appears as recalibration. After injury or illness, immune responses become more efficient at recognizing familiar threats while avoiding excessive activation. This tuning reduces unnecessary inflammation and supports faster resolution during future challenges. Healing through adaptation reduces vulnerability. Instead of returning tissue to a fragile state, repair strengthens areas most likely to encounter stress again. This forward-looking strategy helps prevent repeated injury and supports long-term stability. Importantly, adaptation does not require awareness or effort. It emerges from repeated interaction between tissue condition and environmental demand. Cells respond to what occurs, not to what once existed. By relying on adaptation rather than restoration, healing remains practical and resilient. The body does not attempt to reverse time. It reorganizes itself to function effectively in the present, maintaining integrity through continuous adjustment rather than exact repair. Healing is not only a repair process, but also a form of biological learning. As tissues recover, systems throughout the body update their responses based on what occurred. This learning does not involve memory or awareness in the usual sense. Instead, it reflects lasting adjustments in structure, signaling, and coordination that influence how the body responds in the future. At the tissue level, cells alter how they respond to stress after repair. Mechanical sensors embedded in muscle and connective tissue become recalibrated, adjusting thresholds for strain detection. This allows tissues to respond earlier to familiar stressors, distributing load more efficiently and reducing the risk of repeated damage. These adjustments persist long after visible healing has completed. The nervous system plays a central role in this learning process. Following injury or prolonged strain, neural pathways involved in movement and posture adapt. Motor patterns shift subtly, refining timing and coordination. These changes occur automatically, improving efficiency and reducing unnecessary tension. Over time, these updated patterns become the default, reflecting learned stability rather than compensation. Pain signaling also adapts. As tissues heal, sensitivity thresholds are adjusted based on feedback from repaired regions. When recovery is stable, pain signals decrease, allowing normal movement to resume. If instability remains, sensitivity may persist as a protective measure. This recalibration reflects learning rather than lingering damage, guiding behavior based on updated conditions. Immune responses undergo similar refinement. After resolving injury or infection, immune cells adjust how strongly they respond to comparable signals in the future. This tuning reduces excessive inflammation while preserving rapid response capability. The immune system learns how to resolve similar challenges more efficiently without escalating unnecessarily. Energy allocation patterns are updated as well. Repair processes influence how resources are distributed during future stress. Systems that required reinforcement may receive earlier support, while stable systems demand less attention. This redistribution improves efficiency, allowing healing to integrate smoothly with ongoing function. This learning process does not aim for perfection. It aims for reliability. Adjustments favor consistency and safety rather than maximal performance. The result is a body that is better prepared for familiar demands, not one that attempts to erase the past. Healing, as learning, explains why recovery changes the body subtly but persistently. Strength, coordination, and tolerance are shaped by experience rather than reset. These changes reflect biological memory embedded in structure and signaling, rather than conscious recall. By treating healing as a learning process, the body improves its ability to manage future stress. Each repair contributes to a refined response system that balances protection and function. Through this quiet accumulation of adjustments, healing becomes a way the body adapts forward rather than returning backward. Healing is not something the body switches on and off. It is a continuous background process, adjusting quietly as conditions change. Long after attention moves elsewhere, repair systems remain active, maintaining balance through small corrections and steady upkeep. Most healing does not announce itself. It unfolds through subtle shifts, cells replacing worn components, signals adjusting their intensity, structures reinforcing where needed. These changes do not require awareness, effort, or direction. They occur as part of the body's ordinary functioning, guided by systems designed for long-term stability rather than immediate results. The body does not rush this process. Repair proceeds at a pace shaped by energy, structure, and timing. When conditions allow, healing becomes more active. When demands increase, it slows without stopping. This flexibility ensures that restoration remains sustainable, supporting function without exhausting resources. Over time, healing blends into maintenance. The distinction between recovery and normal regulation fades as repaired tissue integrates fully into everyday use. What once required attention becomes part of routine balance, supported by the same systems that preserve health from moment to moment. This continuity allows the body to remain resilient. It adapts to stress, reinforces vulnerable areas, and refines its responses without needing to return to an earlier state. Healing moves forward, shaping stability through adjustment rather than reversal. As this process continues, nothing further is required. Repair proceeds quietly, guided by internal signals and biological rhythms. The work of healing remains steady and reliable, carrying on beneath awareness, maintaining balance as the body rests and recovers. And with that, we'll let these systems continue their work, gently and without interruption. Good night.